Hola, soy Everly. I'm Everly Davis here with Spanish Circle to bring you another bilingual story time. I'm going to be continuing with the theme of diversity and inclusion. If you haven't seen the past few story times, definitely check those out. We talk about loving ourselves and everyone else in the world for our differences, and at the end of the day, how we're the same. We've talked about skin color. We've had an art project along the way, so definitely check those out. But today we're going to be talking about diversity, which is differences in our families, right? So the Spanish word for family is familia, and families are a lot of different people, a lot of different personas that come together, and we love each other, right? But it doesn't mean that we're all the same. So for example, I'll tell you a little bit about my familia, okay? So in my familia, I have tres hermanas. I have three sisters. My two younger sisters and I have the same mom and dad. We lived in the same house growing up, and we are brown. We're all brown, right? My mom and my dad are brown. Our older sister, she played with us and things like that and came over to see us, but she has a different mom. And on top of her mom being different and her living outside of our home and doing things differently, her mom is white. So she looks a bit different than us as well. However, at the end of the day, we're still a familia and we love each other. Also, our families aren't just about our parents and our brothers and sisters, right? So my family, my abuelo, my abuela, my grandpa, my grandma, mis tías y tíos, my aunts and uncles, mis primos and primas, my cousins, all of us get together a lot and we have big family cenas, right? We have dinners. And at these dinners, there's all kinds of people represented. We go to different churches. Some people go to church, some people don't. We have different ideas on different topics, but yet we all sit around that table together with all of our diferencias, all of our differences, and we love each other just the same. So today's stories are going to talk about some other families that have some differences and how they still love each other just the same. So the first story that I have is called Mami's Quimar, okay? So remember how I said that the people in my family don't all go to the same church? We don't even have the same ideas about church or whether or not you should go. This story kind of touches on that. So a quimar is talking about the scarf that the mom and daughter are wearing here on the cover. And we're going to see that there are people in her family that don't go to the same church, but they love each other just the same. Why? Because they're in a familia. So let's get started. So this is Mommy's Quimar, and it's by Jamila Tompkins Bigelow. A quimar is a flowing scarf that my mommy wears. Before she walks out the door each day, she wraps one around her head. In Mommy's closet, there are so many quimars, so many that I can't count them. Black ones, white ones, purple, blue, and red. Stripes, patterns, and polka dots too. Look at all those colors, right? We've got morado, azul, rosado, anaranjado, amarillo, blanco. All those different colors of scarves. They're beautiful. Some have tassels, some have beads, some have sparkly things all over. And she has my favorite color, amarillo, yellow. When I put on Mommy's quimar, I become a queen with a golden train. Under the quimar, my braids and twists form a bumpy crown. It's not easy to cover the many plaits Mommy puts in my hair. When I wear Mommy's quimar, I shine like the sun. I dive and become a shooting star into a pile of clouds. Of course, I make sure that Mommy doesn't see me. When I wear Mommy's quimar, I am a mama bird. I spread my golden wings and shield my baby brother as he sleeps in his nest. Mommy shakes her head, but her eyes are smiling. When I wear mommy's kimar, I am a superhero in a cape, dashing from room to room at the speed of light. Daddy snatches me up and I fly. Mommy can't stop laughing when his bristly beard tickles my cheek with a kiss. When I wear mommy's kimar, mommy is with me even when she's away. I close my eyes, and if I breathe in deeply, really deeply, I smell the coconut oil in mommy's hair and the cocoa butter on her skin. And if I breathe in even more deeply, I smell the cinnamon in her favorite dessert. She always shares a piece. When I wear mommy's kimar and mom visits after Sunday service, she sings out, "Sweet Jesus," and calls me sunshine. Mom doesn't wear a kimar. She doesn't go to the mosque like mommy and daddy do. We are a family and we love each other just the same. Right? So she says that her mommy, and her daddy go to a mosque, right? So her mom, and her dad are Muslim, and so they go to a mosque to worship. Mom, which is what she calls her grandma. What do you call your grandma? But this is her abuela. She goes to a church, and she said, "Sweet Jesus." So that's different than what her and her parents do. But they're a family, and they love each other just the same. When I go to the mosque wearing mommy's kimar, the older women coo, "Assalamu alaikum, little sis." See? So at the mosque, all of the women have on a kimar. Mommy smiles so proud. My Arabic teacher exclaims, "Beautiful, beautiful hijab." Hijab is the word she uses for kimar. Sometimes I say hijab too. When I wear mommy's kimar and we go home and it starts to get dark outside, mommy tells me gently, "Take it off. It's time for sleep." She removes the kimar from her head and I remove mine. We hang them up for the night. I look around at all the kimars, too many to count. I stroke the yellow scarf one last time. I close my eyes and breathe in deeply, really deeply. And if I breathe in deeply enough, I can take mommy's kimar with me. I place it inside my head. I take other things and place them there too. A crown with a train, the sun, a shooting star, a baby dozing on a golden wing. I take a ticklish kiss in the sky, coconut and cocoa with a cinnamon sweet, and the prayers of gray-haired women. All those things that she pretended and imagined and experienced while wearing that kimar. I take all these things with me and go to sleep. Though mommy is away, it feels like she comes too. The end. So, in her family, there are people that go to different kinds of religious places to worship, right? So she goes to a mosque, her mom or her grandma, her abuela goes to a church. And you might have learned a new word today, kimar or hijab, for the scarf that you see Muslim women wearing to cover their heads. So if you see someone out and about, you might remember that. So the next story I have is by Alma Florada, and I actually really like her books. This story is called I Love Saturdays and Domingos. So domingo is the Spanish word for Sunday, and we're gonna see why this little girl calls them domingos. Saturdays and Sundays are my special days. I call Sundays domingos, and you'll soon see why. On Saturdays, I go visit Grandpa and Grandma. Grandpa and Grandma are my father's parents. They are always happy to see me. I say, "Hi, Grandpa, hi, Grandma," as I walk in, and they say, "Hello, sweetheart, how are you?" "Hello, darling." I spend los domingos with Abuelito and abuelita. Abuelito and abuelita are my mother's parents. They are always happy to see me. I say, hola abuelito, hola abuelita, as I get out of the car. And they say, hola hijita, ¿cómo estás? Hola mi corazón. Right? So her father's parents speak English. Her mother's parents speak Spanish. On Saturdays, Grandma serves me breakfast. Milk, scrambled eggs, and pancakes. The pancakes are spongy. I like to put a lot of honey on my pancakes. Grandma asks me, do you like them, sweetheart? And I answer, oh yes, Grandma, I love them. Los domingos, abuelita serves me a large glass of papaya juice and a plate of eggs called huevos rancheros. The huevos rancheros are wonderful. No one makes them better than abuelita. Abuelita asks me if I like them. ¿Te gustan, hijita? First, I need to swallow, and then I answer, sí, abuelita, me encantan. Grandma has a tabby cat. Her name is Taffy. I roll on the carpet and call, come, Taffy, let's play. Abuelita has a dog. His name is Camelo. When I go out to the garden, Camelo follows me. I call out to him, ven, Canelo, vamos a jugar. Grandma collects owls. Every time that she and Grandpa go on a trip, she brings back an owl for her collection. Each one is different. I count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to see how her collection is growing. Abuelita loves animals. When she was little, she lived on a farm. She is glad that now they have a large backyard so she can keep chickens. See your chickens? One of her hens has been sitting on her eggs for many days now. The chicks have hatched, and I count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. On Saturday, Grandpa and Grandma play a movie about the circus for me on their VCR. Do you even know what a VCR is? I used to watch VCRs, but now you might have DVDs or Netflix or Hulu. I like the circus, especially the lions and tigers, says Grandpa. And the giraffes, says Grandma. When Grandma and Grandpa ask me what part I like best, I answer, I like the mother elephant and her little elephant the best. Un domingo, abuelito y abuelita take me to a real circus. Me encanta el circo, abuelito, I say. Mira los leones y los tigres, says abuelita, lions and tigers. Y las jirafas, abuelito adds, the giraffes. When they ask me what I like best, I say, la mamá elefante y su elefanto. Grandpa has a beautiful aquarium. He keeps it very clean. Look at that big fish, Grandpa says, and points to a big yellow fish. You see how big it is compared to all the other little ones? I like the little ones, I answer. It's fun to watch the big and little fish. I watch my nose pressed against the glass for a long time. Abuelito takes me to the seashore. He loves to walk by the ocean. We sit on the pier and look down at the water. Mira el pez grande, Abuelito says. He points to a big fish. Me gustan los chiquitos, I answer, and show him some little silverfish that are nibbling by a rock. We stay up at the pier un buen rato for a long time. Grandpa knows I love surprises. On Saturday when I arrive, he has blown up a bunch of balloons for me. The balloons look like a big bouquet of flowers. Amarillo, rojo, anaranjado, azul y verde. Right? Yellow, red, orange, blue, and green. What fun, Grandpa, I say, and run with my balloons up and down the yard. Un domingo, Abuelito has a special surprise for me. He has made me a kite. The kite is made of colored paper and looks like a giant butterfly. Amarillo, rojo, anaranjado, azul y verde. The same colors as the balloons. Qué divertido, abuelito, I say, and I hold on to the string of my kite as it soars high in the air. Grandpa likes to tell stories. He tells me about how his mother, his father, and his older brother came to America in a big ship from Europe. He also tells me about growing up in New York City. When he was a young boy, he delivered papers early in the morning before school to help his family. Abuelito also likes to tell stories. He tells me about the times when he was growing up on a rancho in Mexico. He worked in the fields when he was very young. He also tells me how his father went to Tejas, Texas, looking for work, and Abuelito was left in charge of his family, and he was only 12. So both of her grandparents came from somewhere else. Grandma loves to tell me about her grandmother, whose parents came to California in a covered wagon. It was a long and difficult trip. Grandma's grandmother was born on the trail. Later, she became a teacher. Grandma is very proud of her grandmother, and I feel proud too. So that's the covered wagon that her great-grandmother would have come on. Abuelita loves to tell me about her abuelita and her mama. Her abuelita's family are Native Americans. Abuelita is very proud of her Indian blood because the Indians really know how to love the land. Abuelita feels orgullo, and I feel orgullo too. I feel proud. It's my birthday. This time, Grandpa and Grandma come to our house. They have brought me a new doll. Grandma has made her a dress in my favorite color. What a beautiful doll, Grandpa, I tell him, and I give him a big kiss. What a pretty blue dress. Thank you, Grandma. I love you very much, I say. Abuelito y Abuelita also come. Abuelito has made me a doll house. Abuelita has made me a dress for my birthday. The dress is exactly like my doll's dress. Abuelita and Grandma must have planned this surprise together. Qué linda casa de muñecas, Abuelito. Gracias, I say, and give Abuelito a big hug. Y qué bonito vestido azul, Abuelita. El azul es mi color favorito, I tell her. Gracias, Abuelito. Te quiero mucho. All my cousins and friends come to the party. We gather together to break the piñata that my mom has filled with candy and gifts. Abuelito was holding the rope to make the piñata go up and down. We all line up. The younger kids are in front. Abuelita covers our eyes with a folded scarf so that we can't see the piñata. Finally, I blow out the candles and cut the cake. Everyone sings happy birthday. Then they sing Las Mañanitas. It goes like this. Estas son las mañanitas que cantaban el rey David. Hoy, por ser tu cumpleaños, te las cantamos a ti. Despierta, mi amor, despierta. Mira que ya amaneció. Ya los pajaritos cantan. La luna ya se metió. Some say happy birthday and some say feliz cumpleaños. For me, it's a wonderful day. Un día maravillosa. Las Mañanitas is a traditional Mexican song, and it is sung at birthdays. In some areas of Mexico, mariachis can be hired to serenade the person who is celebrating her on their birthday. And the song in English says, "This is the beautiful morning song which King David used to sing. Today, because it is your birthday, we shall sing it for you. Wake up, my loved one, wake up. The sun has just come out. The little birds are singing and the moon has gone to sleep." So that's the end of I Love Saturdays y Domingos. So the little girl in that story, one part of her family was white or European and had their own history, and they spoke English. Her mom's side of the family came from Mexico and they spoke Spanish. While they did different things with her, she loved both of her grandparents just the same and loved doing things with both of them. So the last story that I have actually combines a couple of the identities that we talked about today. So the last story I have is called Yo Soy Muslim. So there's Spanish. This is a Hispanic girl and her father, and they're Muslim. So it's their ethnic identity with their religious identity. So let's read this story. And this one is by Mark Gonzalez. Yo soy Muslim, a father's letter to his daughter. It has been said, if you climb a tree to the very top and laugh, your smile will touch the sky. If you stay there overnight, you will learn to count stars, estrellas, like dreams, como sueños. Inside cities where skyscrapers cloud the view of everything above, walk in the steel shadows, remembering Mayan pyramids that too lived amongst the heavens. There are questions we all ask when we are learning what it means to be human. Who invented my hands? Why wasn't I born with wings? And does the moon ever get lonely? There are questions this world will ask. What are you, and where are you from? And there will come a day when some people in the world will not smile at you. Do you see that she's wearing a hijab like the girl in the first story? They had hijabs and kimars. On that day, tell them this: Yo soy Muslim. I am from Allah, angels, and a place among almost as old as time. I speak Spanish, Arabic, and dreams, sueños. Mi mamá creates life. Mi abuelo worked the fields. My ancestors did amazing things, and so will I. No matter what they say, know you are wondrous. A child of crescent moons, a builder of mosques, a descendant of brilliance, an ancestor in training. All right, so you see down here, this is like one of the Arabic style buildings. Say it with me. Yo soy Muslim. Our prayers were here before any borders were. Yo soy Muslim. And the deserts hold the secrets of souls. Yo soy Muslim. Hummingbirds send blessings with their wings. Yo soy Muslim. If you listen closely to the drum, you can hear God. Dance, smile, laugh, pray. Say it with me. Yo soy Muslim. Yo soy Muslim. By those who dance with the wind, smile at the sun, laugh in the rain, and pray. So in that story, it's called Yo Soy Muslim, a father's letter to his daughter. So it's a dad telling his daughter that she should embrace her being Hispanic, right? And speaking Espanol and Árabe, Spanish and Arabic, and that she's also Muslim, right? So Yo Soy Muslim means I am Muslim. So he is telling her to be proud of who she is. So in all of the stories today, we saw how within a familia, in a family, there can be personas that are diferente, people that are different from one another, yet they come together and they love each other just the same. And I hope that in your family, whether you see lots of diferencias or you guys are all mismo, the same, that you guys love each other just the same as well. And I will see you next time. Adios.